Hello students, I am Abdesh Kumar Jha. We are going to discuss the question answer of chapter 2 of political science. The title of the chapter is electoral politics. In the previous video, we have discussed the question answer up to question number 8. Now the question number 9. Here are some reports of electoral malpractices from different parts of the world. Is there anything that these countries can learn from India to improve their elections? What would you suggest in each case? A. Question number 9A. During an election in Nigeria, the officer in charge of counting votes deliberately increased the votes of one candidate and declared him elected. The court later found out that more than 5 lakh votes cast for one candidate were counted in favor of another. The answer is, if the malpractice has been proved in a court, the election should be declared invalid and re-election should be held in that constituency. The officer in charge of counting should be given a strict punishment for committing such type of malpractice. The system of counting should be such that the counting officer shall not be able to do this. In India, this is not possible as counting agents of the candidates are present in the counting centers and counting of votes takes place in their presence. Question number 9B. Just before election in Fiji, a pamphlet was distributed warning voters that a vote for former Prime Minister Mahendra Chaudhary will lead to bloodshed. This was a threat to voters of Indian origin. The answer is, to issue such a pamphlet is definitely an election malpractice. The circulation of such a pamphlet should be checked immediately. The source of the pamphlet, a person, candidate or political party, should be found out and punished, as it violates the principles of democratic elections. Question number 9C. In the US, each state has its own method of voting, its own procedure of counting, and its own authority for conducting elections. Authorities in the state of Florida took many controversial decisions that favored Mr. Bush in the presidential election in 2000, but no one could change those decisions. Answer is, since each state in the USA has its own method of voting, its own procedures of counting, and its own authority for conducting elections, the decision taken by the state of Florida must be according to the election laws passed by the state. No one could challenge those decisions, as those must have been taken in accordance with the law made by the state. In India, since states are not authorized to make their own laws for election, such a situation cannot arise. Question number 10. Here are some reports of malpractices in Indian election. Identify what the problem in each case is. What should be done to correct the situation? Question number 10A. Following the announcement of elections, the minister promised to provide financial aid to reopen the closed sugar mill. Answer is, the minister, by promising to provide financial aid to the sugar mill, broke electoral code of conduct. According to the election law, no minister or member of the legislature can take decision regarding projects which could influence the elections. Thus, the minister should not be allowed to contest the election. Question number 10b. Opposition parties alleged that their statements and campaign was not given due attention in Doordarshan and All India Radio. Answer is, all the political parties should be given adequate time to express their views on Doordarshan and All India Radio. This has already been done by the Election Commission, and time is fixed for different political parties. Question number C, 10C. An inquiry by the Election Commission showed that electoral roll of a state contained name of 20 lakh fake voters. Answer is, the electoral rolls of that state should be fully revised and names of all the fake voters should be removed from the voters list. Question number 10D. The hoodlums of a political party were moving with guns, physically preventing supporters of other political parties to meet the voters and attacking meeting of other parties. The answer is, this is a kind of malpractice adopted by certain candidates and even by political parties during the elections. Movement of people with guns and other arms should be strictly banned. The hoodlums should be arrested and the party using them should be warned or banned from contesting elections for a certain period. The candidates must be provided with security by the state, and steps should be taken to ensure that meeting of other political parties are not disturbed or attacked. Question number 11. Ramesh was not in class when the chapter was being taught. He came the next day and repeated what he had heard from his father. Can you tell Ramesh what is wrong with these statements? A. Women always vote the way men tell them to. So what is the point of giving them the right to vote? The answer is, women should not be denied the right to vote because they are as intelligent as men and can take their own decision without being influenced by the men of their families. Moreover, voting is done by sacred ballot, which means we do not have to disclose whom we voted for. Question number 11b. Party politics creates tension in society. Elections should be decided by consensus, not by competition. Answer is, party politics and competition in elections certainly creates tension in society. But elections should not be decided by consensus. This is because in modern states where population is very large, it is not possible to have consensus on election. It is just impracticable. Question number 11C. Only graduates should be allowed to stand as candidates for elections. Answer is, only allowing graduates to stand as candidates for election is completely wrong. It is not necessary that a graduate person will be more sensitive to the needs of people or that he will turn out to be an honest and sincere person. To prescribe educational qualifications would go against the spirit of democracy. In India, it will deprive a large section of country's population or country's citizens the right to contest elections. However, it is better to have educated politicians, but being graduate should not be a compulsion.